every position I got a diamond at.
But if I'm not getting a Mushu, you ain't getting a Jeremy.
What?
I feel like a young Nomar.
Write to us. We're very friendly. Much love. I invite root beer. You did me dirty. Welcome to a brand new episode of Going Deep with Matthew and Jeremy, episode number 70.
Big 70, Matty. Big 70.
That's over the hill twice, and plus a couple more years.
I think you're right there. I think we got one before we even start. Finally, Matty's back with me.
Yeah.
Finally.
Okay, sorry, I'm not gonna
That's later. That's later. Here,
I
you
got
get a
Give me a hell yeah.
you get a hell yeah instead. All right. Matty,
What's up, man?
as usual, we have to start this episode with our question of the day. Random question of the day.
Well, it's pretty, I guess it's random, so go ahead.
Matty, a few weeks ago, before you had some stuff on your plate,
Yes.
there was this story circulating about Jeannie Buss's top 5 influential Lakers.
I heard about
on
this.
All the Smoke, which is brought to you by Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes, who may or may not be fighting Kwame Brown at some point soon as well.
Gotcha. We'll
But
see.
she kind of brought up her 5 most influential Lakers, but I want to know, Matty, what is your 5 most influential Dodgers?
Before I say that battle between Matt Barnes, Steven Jackson, UFC NBA night edition. Decision. No, could be decision, because it's a decision. It's about. No?
That is not going to be about
Damn it,
Kwame
okay.
Brown.
But
Did you watch the videos, though?
I did. Don't think we can play that on the air, so.
No. Yeah, I don't know if we could do that one, but he was ready. That guy wanted all the smoke.
Oh, yeah, he definitely wanted the smoke, and then some.
I liked, he's like, you guys can't be calling it all the smoke when y'all don't want to have me on. He's like, you should be calling it, I want some of the smoke.
Some of the smoke. All right, sorry about that. So,
But, Matty, 5 most influential Dodgers.
okay, all right. Oh, man, that's a tough question. Well, I don't think I'm going to put them in any order. I do have 5. So let me go ahead and start with Mr. Jackie Robinson.
Yes.
And you cannot say influential or anything like
cannot.
that without starting Jackie, ending Robinson, and mentioning number 42.
Agreed.
Okay, number 2. Well, not number 2, just second choice.
Second choice.
I think I'm going to go with Sandy Koufax.
Okay, that's an interesting one.
Yeah, I think I go Sandy Koufax.
Any specific reason why you're going with Sandy?
I think he's the best. He's probably, I know you have Kershaw right now, but the best left-handed pitcher maybe of all time, left-handed Dodger, just in general, a big influence on the whole game of baseball, not just us. Also, the fact that his career was so short, I think also makes it a stamp that how good he was.
Yeah, definitely.
That influences a lot of stuff. I think another choice is Mr. Not a Hall of Famer, but that's okay. I think it's Fernando Valenzuela.
Yes.
I think he's definitely up there. Fernando Mania in that summer of 81. You got to take that into account. Rookie of the year, Cy Young, right? I think both in the same year.
Mm-hmm.
There was a no-hitter in 1990. Those are just accomplishments on the field. Not only his Hispanic Mexican heritage, bringing some stuff to life in Dodger Stadium. Now when you're here, when you go to the games now, if you guys ever had a chance to go, every time they show him on the screen,
the crowd erupts.
Crowd erupts, very influential Mexican music. So I think it's a huge part. The Mexican community is huge in Dodger Blues. So I think that is, you cannot say Dodgers without Mr. Fernando Valenzuela.
Safe enough.
So those are the
Fair
3
enough.
I choose. Those are almost givens. Now I'm kind of struggling on who I want to put in between. I think out of a historical point, maybe you go, this is tough. This is really tough. I think you might have to go with Pee Wee Reese, just because of his connection with Jackie Robinson, putting his arm over his shoulder, really helping the baseball move towards a better game, especially with the racial barrier. No longer having the Negro Leagues having everything come together and showing, at the time that was not accepted, but a white player putting his hand over a black player's shoulder, that's a big part. Obviously, that's all we know. That's all we see. We don't know the actual relationship could have been different and everything like that, but I think it was a huge step forward, and that influenced a lot of players that we see in the game. Hopefully we see more in the future. So those are 4 that I choose right there. The 5th one, I'm going to have to, man, oh boy. You know what, I'm drawing a blank here. You can go Duke, you can go Don Drysdale. You can go one of the new ones right now, Clayton Kershaw.
No, there's definitely a handful.
Dang, dude, you got me stumped in this last one. I guess I'll go Clayton. I guess just for the game now. Because all these guys I've named, no one's played since Fernando since the '90s. Almost that'll be 30 years ago already. So Clayton at this moment has brought maybe a new life to new Dodger fans. That's our ace, right? That's what we saw.
Well,
it's influential
he's been
to
our
us
ace for like 15 years
exactly.
already.
So
crap.
Maybe a little wash in
Maybe
that
not
last
15.
5th one because there's a lot of players worthy of it, but those 4 I think are cemented. I missed a couple names too: Don Newcomb, Roy Campanella. So I don't think you can go wrong. I think there's a lot that are influential.
The Dodgers kind of have a Laker issue where there's too many people.
Yeah, there's a lot.
If I were to give you my quick 5, I think you're right with Jackie. Number 1, obviously. Everything he's done for the game still has influence on the game today.
Yep, of course.
Other than just Dodgers at one point. You go on to number 2, which I think was a little surprising you didn't mention, but towards the end you kept saying player, but Tommy Lasorda.
That's a nice one. I didn't even think about that until the end.
Yeah, Tommy Lasorda and everything he did, what was it, like 30 years as Dodger manager?
Yeah, and then how long in the
organization? And then still with the organization afterwards and went to the Big Blue Dodger heaven.
Yep.
Right? So I had Tommy right there. One that maybe doesn't get looked at as often. Another one kind of gets forgotten at times. Steve Garvey.
Okay, Steve Garvey's a good one.
Really that captain from the 70s, a little bit of the 80s, but mainly the 70s team. Another one that I personally have right now, just obviously you and I watch a lot of the modern game, right?
Yeah.
So it's hard to backtrack too far because our knowledge is a little skewed from being in that era. But Andrew Friedman.
Oh, okay.
For the excellence that he's brought to the team these past 10 or so years. It's Andrew Friedman / Ned Coletti.
Okay.
Because Coletti basically set the foundation up. But you're right. Last choice can go Roy Campanella, Duke Snyder. You had Pee Wee on there. You can look at one point, it looked like Sean Green was going to be a big part of it. But, I ended up not. But I always give the nod to Kershaw for holding it down for these past 12 years.
I like that. That's nice.
So that was my most influential 5.
You can't go wrong.
There's no wrong answers here. But like I said, mine's probably going to be a little skewed just to today's game.
That's totally fine, man.
But, Matty, we have more on the docket today. Lakers.
Yeah.
On Sunday.
What
Game
happened?
1. Going against the Suns. Supposed to be a rout. Matty, it was the opposite. If I'm not mistaken, they never even led for 1 second within the game, losing 99-90 in this game. Thoughts on what needs to happen going forward?
I think it's a lot to do with Anthony Davis and LeBron James not playing a lot together. They've been hurt. There's not a lot of rhythm going on there. They're rusty old tools at the moment. Possibly some cracked tools because they could be injured. Like how I use that. I just think they didn't shoot well either. They didn't shoot as well from the 3-point range. 99 points, though, to be honest, is not awful.
I was going to say, that means your defense is at least keeping you in the game.
The defense definitely kept you in the game. To score 90 points, though, you are not going to win many games in the NBA. It's not going to happen, no matter how good your defense is, because even the best defenses probably now hold you to, if they on a good day, they'll hold you to like 92, 93, 94 points.
Well, Matty, the Lakers shot 7-26 for a whopping 26.9% from the 3-point line. That's you need to be mid-30s at least to me.
Of course.
If you're going to be in the ball game, 43% for the overall game. Some notables here: KCP 1 for 7 from 3-point range. Caruso knocked it down 2 for 4. Dennis 1 for 2. AD settling a lot this game for perimeter shots against Ayton. 0 for 2 from the 3-point line. 5 of 16 overall for a whopping 13 points. LeBron 3 of 7 from down there. Kuz 0 for 1, only took 2 shots in the whole game.
Not good.
And then Wes Matthews 0 for 3.
Not good.
Ben McLemore was actually in a single person, I believe it was, car accident after the play-in game. He wasn't injured, but didn't play. Maybe that's part of it. But yeah, you look at the shooting. The shooting is really telling you, hey, we got to do a little bit better here. AD settling for outside shots. Not okay. I heard a lot of criticism on Drummond. I didn't see a lot of Drummond, to be honest with you. But pulling down 9 boards I'll take it with 7 offensive. Not too bad.
Yeah, that's true.
My assumption is that probably a couple of those were his. But
you're gonna say that's what
he was
only
5 for 7. He shot 5 for 7. So if there was an opportunity, it's only 2.
That's true. That's a good point. You make a good point.
Maybe
there.
defensively wasn't as solid as they needed him to be, but that's okay, I guess, because he's a limited guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
We all knew that coming into the game, limited guy. I can't just say shooting because I feel like that's a tough one to say. Shoot better.
Shoot better. Yeah, no, you're right. It's kind of hard because, like I said, we see the numbers. Their defense, 99, holding the Suns to under 100 points.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of check mark. If you really want to dive into certain numbers and everything, you can. But let's just, what's at the end of the day, what counts? The score.
Yeah.
99 points. You hold them to 99 points. How many points you scored? 93. Score better. Pretty simple.
Yeah, no, definitely. Something I'd like to see in the next game. Like I said, didn't get to catch all of it, but LeBron James played 36 minutes and took 13 shots.
Mm-hmm. You have to take more.
As the leader, you have to take more.
I agree.
But I wonder, so before the play-in game, I really thought the LeBron James injury was kind of a fake.
Okay.
There was more, maybe it hurts you a little bit. Just take the season off.
Mm-hmm.
Take the rest of the season off.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw him in that play-in game, did not look pretty.
Yeah, he looked super rust.
Yeah. And how many times has anybody ever said LeBron James looks rusty?
Not much.
Not much, right? Looks like possibly Father of Time is knocking on the door there.
Could be. Well, I mean, he is 37. So.
Well, he's older, right?
36, 37.
He's year 18 or whatever it is, so I understand it. But maybe it's time to not expect all this greatness from a guy like LeBron James, who actually probably should have been suspended this game. If I'm not lying.
Technically, he should have.
I'm a Laker guy.
So am I.
And I want them to win, but I feel like you got to follow whatever protocols are out there, especially if I'm not mistaken. I need to double check it, but this team's not vaccinated. So the protocols are still as tight.
Yep.
And I know number 23 is not for sure.
He doesn't want to answer.
Yeah, the fact that he's not answering when he's very...
I mean,
credit.
Here's my opinion on just that. Probably won't get too much into it.
No, you don't have to get into it, but that was just my opinion on that.
I agree with you. I'll do 2 ways. I don't think anyone in general, but if we'll go with the athletes. If they want to say what they did with their own bodies, it's their choice. If they got vaccinated or not, that's totally up to you.
No, that's up to them.
I think that's fine, but I do agree with you as well. Regardless if you got vaccinated or not, him being outside, going to that tequila thing or whatever it was, little party. Hey man, you violated the rules. You got to be. Everyone's got to be hold it to the same regard.
Yeah,
that's what we asked for in the NBA. That's what we asked for in real life. Correct. You held accountable for your actions, and if you break the rules, you break the rules. No matter if we're a Laker fan or not. And we both agree on this because yes, I've joked around with you a little bit like, oh yeah, well you don't like LeBron as much. Maybe I like him a little more, but we're on the same side here. You got to be fair.
No, this is you got to be fair across the board.
Fair across the board. There's no and ifs or buts.
I saw something also online, kind of stating it was Kendall Jenner's.
Oh, the little tequila thing, 818.
Yeah, it was hers. Who does she date? Devin Booker.
Yeah.
AKA conspiracy theory. They're trying to take out LeBron.
That's a good one though. I like that.
Whoever connected those dots, good job on your part because I would have never cared about.
Have you tried the tequila, by the way?
No, have you?
Extremely delicious.
Really?
Just kidding. Haven't tried it yet.
I was gonna say, how'd you get a hold of it already?
Yeah, I don't.
I didn't even realize it'd be at stores.
It doesn't matter.
What I do recommend is the Termana tequila by The Rock. That one is delicious.
But The Rock, never mind. I'm not gonna say anything.
No, The Rock is The Rock. He's golden in my eyes. But yeah, moving on. Game 2 tomorrow. Need to see a little bit more aggression from AD. I think 16 shots not bad, but the aggression I need to see in the paint.
Mm-hmm.
I need to see LeBron probably be around 17, 18 shots. I personally don't like 7 threes from him. You know, I hate that he shoots a 3 so often. Yeah. But I'd like to see them attack the basket. Let's get wide open shots for our other guys. Hopefully knock it down. I don't think KCP is going to repeat 1 for 7.
I hope not.
Last year in the playoffs.
Remember, he started off slow, guys. Don't forget.
Well, last year in the playoffs, this dude was money after like the first game or whatever it was.
It was the first 2 games. Remember, because he only scored like a point in the first game.
Yeah, it was something nonsense, but this dude lit it up, played great defense. Kind of need the same there.
I'll give LeBron some love. He did shoot 3 of 7, which is 42%. So
no, he shot great. And then I feel like the Kuzma experiment's coming to an end.
Yeah, that's not looking good.
I think he played 19 minutes. Yeah, 19 minutes, took 2 shots. I think the experiment's coming to an end. I think we got fleeced now. But anyways, Maddie, we have more news on the list here. Or did you want to go through the rest of the games or no?
We can go slightly into...
You want to just say the series?
A couple, sure. Let's go ahead and
Miami and the Bucks. I thought this was going to be a lot closer. Miami got blown out of the freaking arena today. Lost by 40.
I think it is not looking good for Miami. I'll be honest with you.
No, and that's a team that I felt could actually give the Bucks a run for their money and possibly overcome the talent differential. Because I would say definitely the Bucks are more talented.
Definitely.
Doesn't look like that's going to happen. Let's see. Nuggets 93-77 going to take a 1-1.
It should be 1-1.
It looks like they were able to...
If they hold on, it should be 1-1.
Looks like they were able to kind of situate themselves and understand that they're not going to double Jokic, which allows him to pass, which is one of his best things about him, right? His best traits is that he's able to score the ball, pass the ball, do all these little things. 4 assists so far, 7 rebounds, 28 points. I think they finally figured that out. As I was saying, 2-0 Bucks. I had the other ones.
I got you.
There you
Brooklyn, they lead 1-0. Obviously, Boston in that first half were playing well, but then Brooklyn kind of just eventually took over. I think that's going to be
Brooklyn started to hit the 3.
Yeah,
that's the difference.
They started shooting.
Yeah, shooters are going to shoot, and they're going to catch fire eventually.
But we'll see.
Sweep?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe a gentleman's sweep, but definitely.
4-1.
Let's go and I'll stay in the East. Philadelphia versus Washington. Philadelphia also played a tough game. Sorry, Washington played a tough game, but
I thought Washington had a chance for a minute.
They did have a chance. I think that one. I still think Philly's going to win, but I think Washington can play a little tougher. I think they can steal one for sure.
Gentlemen's or a 4-2?
I'm going to go. I prefer gentlemen's. That's if I had to bet anything, but I wouldn't be surprised 4-2.
Well, here's a key thing. Tobias Harris scored 37.
Mm-hmm. You think he's going to score 37 again is what you're trying to tell
me? Is that actually... I think he's a good scorer. I know he can score the ball, but can you actually expect 37 from him every night? I know his percentage or his shooting went up this year, but to say 37 a night?
Yeah.
Average 19.5 for the season.
You're correct there. Who knows? Maybe he catches fire, but I agree with you. I think that's the one that maybe Washington can sneak one more than 2.
Well, that's the thing about 76ers, though. They have the firepower where they have a couple other guys that can go in there and score the basketball for them. Continue on, Maddie.
New York and Atlanta. Of course, Atlanta winning on that game winner, pretty much a game winner by Trae Young.
That was terrible defense.
I know. I saw that.
And a terrible drop of the last shot.
You were not a fan of both sides.
No, I did not appreciate.
Well, I'm sorry. The last shot is of New York. The last shot that Trae Young.
Of New York's.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I thought you said that Trae Young took.
No. Trae Young did the right thing. Yeah. You're gonna give me the basket? No problem.
He basically did. I mean, he's wide open.
He was.
But kudos to him. Some guys still don't make that shot, regardless if you're open or not. I still think that series is interesting. I think that one's going. That could go 7.
Really?
I think so. I think they can go back and forth. I don't think there's one team that's completely better than the other. Exact same record going into the playoffs.
Well, here's the thing now, Maddie. Alec Burks, 27 points.
Do you think he's going to do that again? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Exactly. Like, that's the thing. Like, do I think New York has a decent squad? Absolutely. I think they play hard. They're gritty.
And to be fair,
Tom Thibodeau is the coach there, so defense is the emphasis.
To be fair, Alec Burks averaging 13 points a game.
That's a 14-point leap, Maddie.
Yeah, I know. Hey, just to be, I'm gonna go and throw this out though, Alec Burks. I'm gonna give you some love right here. Last 4 games: 30, 14, 17, 27. Can we agree? Maybe he's on the verge of being maybe 18 to 19.
If he dropped 20 for the series, I wouldn't be I'm not gonna be like, wow. That's not. He blew my mind. But if you're gonna average 25 or above, you blew my mind.
That's fine. And you can tell that he's just kind of hot because if you look at his numbers, it's like
he's all up and down.
Like, it's only
how do I know? Because this dude was on my fantasy team. One night he was giving me 30. The next night he gave me -2.
And the reason I tell you that is because also you can kind of, even though it's one game, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, but I just feel like if he gets hot, he's going to score only 28. He'll probably be like at 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Yeah, he could probably rebound a little more, but okay. And then of course you mentioned the Denver-Portland. Denver looks like they're going to take that one. Utah, of course, losing game 1 to the Memphis Grizzlies. Ja Morant Grizzlies, who are playing with nothing to lose, man. Nothing to lose.
No, and no Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell, and he should be back for game 2. Did want to give a quick congrats to Mr. Jordan Clarkson for winning 6 Man of the Year.
He did win 6 Man.
Lakers, of course, we talked about it. Game tomorrow, down to 7. And, of course, the one we need to talk about because we just like making fun of them. The Clippers, they played really well. They dunked on Kawhi dunked on Kleber. They flexed their muscles. And then, my bad. Dallas is up 1-0. I thought it was that Dallas. Sorry, the way
the media made it seem, I thought Clippers swept in one night.
Yeah, I thought so too. I swear I said 4-0. But anyways, 1-0 Dallas leads.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I think that's going to be a great series. I wouldn't be surprised if that one wins 7.
I think so too.
I think that could really go 7.
Yeah, I was talking to one of my friends, one of my coworkers, and he said, well, technically my manager, he's like, yeah, I think that one goes 7.
Yeah, no, I can see. Question.
Yes.
If you were to prioritize in who is the most doggish.
Doggish?
Like the alpha dog,
okay.
Like you need the dogs on your team. I know I've said that like a billion times on here.
Who?
Kawhi.
Yeah.
PG. Luka.
Who am I taking?
Yeah, where's the dog list? Like, who's the top dog?
Easy. PG's last. Sorry, PG. PG 13%. I think you still go Kawhi. Technically, he has a chance. He has a couple rings.
He does. No, he has it. But like when you watch him, do you like that's a dog? I kind of look at Luka that way.
He's more. I think the problem is that Kawhi doesn't have the personality or that swagger on court that gives you. This guy's a dog. Like, he plays like he's a dog because you go, dude, that guy...
No, he's gritty.
Gritty, plays defense, he's not just...
He's a top 5 player.
He's not just a jump shooter. He's like, turnarounds and, drop steps. But Luka has a little bit more fire. Mm-hmm. But he's more of a finesse dog. I wouldn't say he's a dog. Make sense?
So is he like a husky?
Sure. Huskies can be fierce, but
they look pretty.
Yeah.
They have some flair to them.
Yeah,
but
I mean, it's not fair to. I know it's not fair to say that because every time a European player comes, we're always like, yeah, he's a little more like soft or finesse.
Yeah.
But Luka's got some grit to him. I like it. I
love Luka.
He's got to play better defense, but yeah.
Matty, he's here to score the ball.
Yeah. All right. Well.
But that kind of wraps up these playoff series. Will continue as we go. If we haven't said it before, I'll say it again. Congratulations to Brian Munguia on winning our fantasy.
Congrats!
You barely made it in.
He made it,
and you won the whole thing.
Okay, really quick. Before we end this one, I want to do it, and then after that, you said you're gonna give your tip of the day, right?
I do have a tip.
Okay, before we do your tip, Utah Memphis 1-0. Who takes the next game?
Utah Memphis. Utah because Mitchell's mad.
1-1. Clippers Dallas 1-0. Dallas. Who takes game 2?
Clippers better take it.
You think so? Is that what you...
They have to.
What does your heart tell you? Okay, so 1-1.
My heart tells me
1-1.
Clippers.
Denver and Portland, we already pretty sure that game's almost done. We're going to assume Denver.
Game 3. Yeah, game 2.
1-1. Don't worry, just give me game 2. Phoenix and Lakers.
Better be the Lakers. No, they're in Phoenix.
You think
they lose?
Yeah. You think they lose?
No, they're going to win.
Okay, 1-1.
1-1.
Brooklyn and Boston.
Brooklyn
2-0. Milwaukee and Miami already happened. New York, Atlanta. Tied 1-1 or Atlanta takes a 2-0?
New York's got bad luck. Give me the Hawks.
Ooh, I was going to go with the Hawks too. I like your thinking. Philadelphia and Washington. 1-0.
Washington
1-1. So most of our things are going 1-1. Okay, I like it. All right, let's move on. Who's your tip of the day before we go into big? It's time! I like how he goes.
You like the build-up?
Yeah, the middle. I didn't know he was. I was today years old when I was like.
You realize he was the brother?
The brother of. Let's get ready to rumble.
As Bruce Buffer is the UFC one, and I can't.
Michael Buffer.
Is that the Michael? Yeah. Michael Buffer's the boxing one.
Yes.
That's a hell of a family to be able to do the announcing.
Yep.
But it is time, Maddie, for Jeremy's tip of the day, and Jeremy's tip of the day is going to the Tampa Bay Rays. A full-on tip for them. I think I got one of those.
Second place.
Actually, I don't know if I have it.
Second place of 2020 season.
Yeah. Yes, they are second place of the 2020 season. However, Maddie, they're not getting a tip for being the second place team. They're getting a tip for winning 11 straight ball games. 11 straight ball games.
Give me a hell yeah.
Give me a hell yeah, Tampa.
Hey, that's double digits with 1-1, not 1-0. Because, usually a lot of teams go 10 games in a run. They can never make it to the next.
They never make it to the next one.
Hey, man, they're almost there.
Well, they got 11 there, taking the lead in the AL East. 30 wins, 19 losses, followed by Boston, 29-19. Yankees, 28-19. Yankees playing great ball, winners of 6 straight, 8 of the last 10. Boston, 7 out of the last 10. Maddie, this AL East, I think is going to be hot all year.
Mm-hmm.
I think I gave Boston a third place finish. Did I?
I think you did.
I didn't think they were going to be this good, though. They're very, we talked about like the West being like competitive, like they're bad teams but competitive. I think Boston's going to be something similar to that, but I think they're better than those other teams that I said were going to be competitive. Makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
So they're not, to me, World Series winners or contenders, but they're playoff contenders.
Mm-hmm.
And they're legit playoff contenders. It's going to really come down to the rotation and how long it can stay kind of this good, right?
No, definitely.
Chris Sale should be back in a month or so, I think it is, or a month or two. So maybe that'll be a big boost for them. That would be one of the biggest pickup that you could possibly get at the deadline. Thank you. Other than Trevor Story.
Oh, yeah, we can talk about that when it comes sooner. But yes, you are right. That team. I was looking at the standings. The AL East, other than the next team closest to it, but I'll tell you exactly where I'm going with this. Those 4 teams: Toronto, New York, Boston, Tampa. All of them. Those 4 are their run differential are plus. So Toronto's at 27, New York at 24, Boston 47, Tampa Bay 50. The next division that's close to that will be the NL West, where the Dodgers are, because you have those 3 teams: San Diego, LA, and San Francisco, which are all plus. And actually, San Francisco's plus 47, so they're quite high. You got that NL Central, who the highest one is plus 16, and that's the second place Cubs. Ugh. NL East as well, plus 16. That's the third place Miami Marlins. So, not saying the run differential technically means you're in first, because it doesn't, but it's a little.
It helps give you an indicator.
Are you winning? Are you getting your butt kicked? Are you just pretty close? You're just losing some games. For example, Oakland, you can tell they just got such an awful start because their run differential is actually -11. They're in first place.
Yeah, and that's definitely due to their 0-8 start.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the only reason why. And then Houston's at plus 59. Chicago White Sox plus 68. So yeah, man, no, it's
math.
Season is.
It's going. We're already 50 games. If this were last year, we're already talking playoffs right now.
Crazy.
If we were talking playoffs, the Dodgers would be out of it. So, Maddie, do you want to break down these divisions really quick? No, they're a game out of the wild card.
No, how?
One game out of the wild card.
How could they be one game out of the wild card?
It says.
No. Look, because the NL.
Oh, I'm sorry. They're +1. They have the wild card by one game.
You're good. I was
apologize. I'm like, Maddie.
Oh, I see you. I see
one game.
They would be the first team.
One.
They would be the first team, and the second team would be San Francisco, right?
Probably. Yes, San Francisco is the next wild card one, as they have the little dash.
San Fran would be the next one. There you go.
I apologize.
No, you're fine. I got what you're saying.
All West playoffs. But Maddie, I know we want to get into the Dodgers. We're gonna definitely do that. I kind of want to talk about the NL East real quick.
Go ahead.
Because we said these were going to be a powerhouse division.
We did.
It's going to be tight all the way, except for Atlanta's going to just blow past everybody.
We got one thing right.
That is going to be tight.
They're definitely tight.
It is definitely tight, as all 5 teams are within 2 games of each other.
Hey, man, if I had a choice to be a last-place team, I want to be a last-place team in this division, because that means I'm only 2 games out.
Yeah. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
It just sounded like some cotton analysis. Yeah, Maddie, only 2 games out for the Washington Nationals, who actually had. You see their thing with Juan Soto the other day?
They did not.
Running out of balls. So, is it Davey Martinez?
Mm-hmm.
Made him apologize in front of the whole clubhouse.
Oh, my gosh.
They ended up losing the game because of it. But this NL East is just. It seems so interesting to me because you have all these great teams, but nobody can find their legs and just get it going.
Mm-hmm.
Maddie, what is it going to take for one of these guys to finally take over this division?
I mean, we can point to health, right? We can point to health. Then in the New York Mets have been one of the I see on Twitter on the timelines a lot of people complaining like, dude, we're not healthy yet.
They're not.
Shout out to Kevin Pillar for taking like a champ. I know you probably talked about it. Or if he didn't, he got hit in the face, and the fact that this guy's just up there talking like, yeah, it's all I'm good, and I'm like, dude, he just looked like he got in a fight with like Mike Tyson.
Yeah, no, he did not look good.
But sheesh, that guy's got some cojones. I would be like crying in the corner. I just think they need to get healthy. The Mets, of course, DeGrom's not there. They got a couple of injuries. Lindor, for some reason, is just not panned out at the moment.
Last time I looked.
Atlanta again. Also heard. Remember that Mike Soroka news was killer. To hear that was not cool.
I saw the setback. Did they finally give a final analysis on it?
They didn't say what it. It's some kind of surgery on your Achilles. It's not Achilles surgery, like to repair it. It's something else. I don't know what the heck it was called again, but it was redoing it.
Oh, okay.
They had another surgery on his Achilles.
Ugh.
It's kind of like the cleanups and stuff, but that puts you out. Basically, I think they even said he might be out this year.
Oh wow. Okay.
Miami, I think. Kudos to Miami sticking in there. 23 and 24. I thought they were just maybe lucky, but no, they're again
Donnie baseball.
They're playing hard. Philadelphia again, always doing what they do. They're just under.
Dude, I know. Before I cut you off there,
No,
I
you're fine.
actually got to see Miami play, and man, they play hard.
Yeah,
They play hard. They play every out. They play every pitch. Jazz, I can't say the Chisholm. That dude looks like he's gonna be pretty solid.
Yeah, he could
for
be.
the future. He looked great during the Dodgers series, at least. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Soroka will be reevaluated in 2 to 4 weeks. This was a week ago. Undergo a clean-out procedure on his Achilles. So undergo exploratory surgery. So don't know exactly what that means, but it's going to be some rest, some healing. So, doesn't look good.
No, it doesn't. What does Philly need to do?
Philly just has to stop playing like crap.
Is that it?
It's pretty much, dude. It's. I mean,
Just stop playing like crap. No, I understand what you're saying.
getting in fights with Joe Girardi, not catching like Joe Girardi said, catch the ball. Did you see that?
Throw the ball, catch the ball, hit the ball.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think your analysis on every team there hit the nose spot on.
I mean, it's pretty simple. I mean, all these guys are under. Trust me, your leader is 21 and 20.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, guys.
That's due to COVID. They should have more games under their belt.
It doesn't matter.
I agreed.
Where's The Rock? You have it?
Yes. Maddie, with where it's at right now, who do you see ending up at All-Star Break?
Ooh.
All-Star Break. So you got about 20 games? 25 games? Probably more, actually. Probably like 30.
I'm sorry. I think the Mets go down a bit. I just don't see them.
Yeah, they're 3 of 7. Lost their last 3.
How about you go crazy? I'm going to say Washington. They start playing better.
I was going to say Washington.
Yeah.
I think Washington, they always got the pitching. They just got to get the hitting going.
Yeah.
I could definitely see. They kind of got a late start due to COVID as well.
Yep.
So I could definitely see them being in first at the end of All-Star break.
Yes, I think so. And I still think that this division, the lead doesn't extend more than 2-3 games again. So
no, I think they're going to be right there, too. I think it's going to be pretty jam-packed. But I would say the distance probably going to be like 8 games at All-Star break rather than just these 2 games.
I'm with you.
Maddie, now your favorite time. The Los Angeles Dodgers, after playing like booty for about 3 weeks to a month.
Yeah, pretty much the last time we talked, it was awful. We were at rock bottom almost.
Yeah, we were damn near. 8 of 9 on the homestand. Swept San Fran this weekend. They're back to 29 and 18. Obviously, my prediction did not work out. Where I guess 35 and 15.
Yeah, right.
That didn't work out. Missed it by a couple games. Do you like where they're at? Do you like what you're seeing now?
Yeah, what I'm really excited about, or that I'm glad that I've seen, is that they are also very injured.
Yeah.
And they're playing quite well. We talked about that. You put rookies in who, Sheldon Noisy, Luke Raley, DJ Peters, guys who have, first of all, rookies already. And then you ask them to do a kind of part-time job, but then full-time job at the same time. It's tough. Obviously, they haven't been hitting, but as a team, they've just come together. It's good to see, as the season goes on, you just got to have guys who carry you for a little bit. Certain guys, because some guys are just going to get cold. As we saw, Corey, Justin, Mookie, Max, literally all of them at the same time got cold. And obviously went through that rut.
Yeah, very cold.
Corey gets injured, unfortunately. I told my brother that the turnaround game for me at the moment is that Seattle game where Gavin Lux hit the 3-run shot. They were losing, and he hits that 3-run shot to come back, and they win.
Yeah, homer?
Yes, that's F and go. Since then, Lux crushing the ball. Will Smith is finally, all his hard hits are going somewhere. Max Muncy's absolutely killing the ball. You have some life from Chris Taylor, who's been probably the most consistent Dodger of the season.
Definitely.
Justin Turner's cold as an ice cube right now. So
it's an ice cube. I like it,
it's
but
cold,
it melts away.
Exactly. That's why I think he's gonna heat up. You like
I
it?
think so too.
I didn't want to say permanent. Stink.
Well, I got a number for you. Max Muncy is the key to me on this last 15 games or so. Max Muncy in his last 15 games hitting .429 with a .541 on base, .776 slugging, 11 RBIs, 11 walks.
776 slugging and a 500 OPS. I mean, on base percentage.
Yeah.
So his OPS is like 1,200 right now.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
So the last 15 games, 21 hits, 14 runs, 5 homers in the last 15. If you want to take it a little bit more microscopic, last 7, 476 average, 577 on base, 857 slugging.
Holy moly!
2 home runs, 10 hits in those last 21 at-bats.
Holy moly.
3 Ks to 4 walks, which is pretty solid.
3 Ks to 4 walks. Yeah, that's yeah. Oh my gosh.
I just wanted to throw that out there because I felt like he kind of got this offense going. I think you're right where Gavin Lux finally was able to take a sigh of relief. Hey, I'm meant to be here.
Yep.
Right? And got the home run against Seattle. I think a couple days later, Grand Slam.
And then exactly a week later, which was yesterday or 2 days ago.
Another Grand Slam, right? I think we kind of talked about it before. Gavin Lux kind of usually struggles in the beginning and figures out the pitching. Same thing that happened in the minors. Looks like it's happening here over his last 15 games. 18 for 56 for a 321 average, 377 on base, 536 slugging.
Yeah, eight something. Yeah, it's good. Almost 900 OPS. Is
last
good.
7 games, 10 for 26, 2 homers, 9 ribbies, 2 walks, 7 Ks with a 385 average, 429 on base. I think the only thing I'd like to see is the strikeouts cut down a little bit and a little bit more of the walks. But other than that, he's coming into his own. It looks like
sure.
He's coming into his own, and I don't know if we talked about this, but it looked like Gavin Lux's mother was following us for a little bit and was liking our Gavin Lux tweets. So shout out to Mama Lux for that.
Thanks, Mama Lux.
But yeah, the other side of the ball, pitching has continued to be pretty solid. We've seen the bullpen blow up once or twice here or there.
I was about to say that. I said we do have to give a lot of love to the pitching.
Yeah.
But, man, have they held it down.
The starting pitching, though.
Shish!
Kershaw has the highest ERA with like a 3.13.
Shh, man.
And that's from, I think, the one blow-up.
Yeah, he has 2 bad starts.
Well, he has Colorado, and he had one. He had a
the
clunker.
5 runs against Angels.
He's had 3 clunkers.
Yep. Angels.
Cubs. 1 inning.
Yep. Angels, Cubs, and that one. That's his 3 clunkers. Other than that, he's been spectacular.
Yeah, he's been. That's where that's why the ERA is at that 3. But starting pitching has been dominant.
How's
Julio
Trevor been?
has been great. Trevor has exceeded expectations.
Don't you feel like he could pitch better?
Yes,
And he's still like like a 1-something.
Like he's pitching good, but I'm watching him like, you just cut down your walk rate a little bit, and you're like on a whole nother level.
Dude, he
wastes a lot of pitches, unfortunately.
Yeah, because it's funny because I think the last 3 he's rolling. He rolled through the first 4 innings, no problem. He's already got like 7 Ks, and then for some reason 1 inning he throws like 25, 30 pitches.
Yes,
And I'm like, damn, dude, that just took you out from doing a complete game. He doesn't have that one in the where was it? Was it San Fran? He cleans up one of those innings. I know technically.
Yeah, well, he went 126 for 6 innings, 6 and a third.
I know he said he was pissed because one of them technically was a strike. He didn't call a strike. That's fine. You can't let those things get to you. Unfortunately, easier said than done. But easy 126 could have been a complete game.
Exactly, and unfortunately, he only goes 6 and a third. But I think you kind of hit it like he's been good, right? But like, doesn't it look like he could be better?
Yeah, he looks like he could be better. He's still pretty damn freaking good,
and he's been pretty dominant. I think his whip .77.
That's ridiculous.
88 Ks and 63 and 2/3 innings.
Nasty.
10 starts, 198 ERA, 5 wins, 2 losses. I know that's kind of a lost stat. However, to me, it kind of means
means something.
It means you're keeping yourself in the game, right? Like, I understand Jacob deGrom loses like 2-0 all the time.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's still a little something where when you roll this guy out, no matter what, you're winning the game.
I agree with you.
I think it's an old stat.
And sorry that we cut you because there's so many. They're pitching well. We said Buehler looks like he's coming to his own.
I don't know what's going on with him. I feel like 2 years ago, this dude was electric.
Well, I mean, if you notice, his trend is kind of the same.
He's a very slow starter.
Yeah, he starts slow. He's hovering over that 3.3s, 3.2s average. I love him. I think obviously playoffs, he's money. I think he'll be good. I think there's going to be one of these games where he's going to throw a clunker. Unfortunately, like those, he gives up 5 runs in 5 innings just because they just hit the ball hard. I'm not sure if he's there yet to do a complete. I'm going to do a full season of 2 under 2 or 2, nothing under 2.5 or something like that. I'm not worried about him. He's been good. The guy I've been really impressed by is Julio. Julio's been
Julio looks like the guy that they promised us like 5 years ago, right?
Holy moly. Every time he goes out, though, it's been like, I think 3 or 4 games already that he's been clean for 4 innings, like no hits. I'm like, dude, this guy is so close to throwing that
The no-no?
The no-no. And if there's a year to do it.
You haven't been here for the no-nos.
No, that's what I'm saying.
50
that's
no-nos.
That's why I want to bring it up. Is if there's been a year to do it, it's this year, Julio.
Definitely. I kind of talked about this when I told you I went on the FLV show. Make sure you guys find that one too on Spotify or anywhere podcasts are available. We were kind of talking about why do we see so many?
Yes.
And one, obviously, you look at approach, right?
Sure.
Like people's approach just isn't very good right now.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of uppercuts, swing. Number 2, swing mechanics aren't very pretty.
Yes.
Number 3, I think the ball has something to do with it.
Sure.
Ball's dead.
We've heard that before.
Well, first the ball went too far.
Yeah.
Now the ball's not going far enough for these swings. Seeing a lot of stuff die in the warning tracks, being caught in maybe in the gap or whatever it is. But
go ahead. Quick question. You think that plays a factor in the no-nos, the ball being changed a bit?
Yes, and
interesting.
Another factor here. So ball does not traveling, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know you got to hit the ball in order for the ball to travel, but Kershaw was talking about this the other day. The way these balls are wound up, he said it's a lot. I think he said it's a lot tighter. So on the seams. So he said when you're throwing it, the pitch has an extra 2 to 3 inches of movement already. So he's saying these balls are probably killer for anybody that throws a 2-seamer that's right-handed because you're cutting into these guys.
Yeah, like a buzzsaw.
Exactly, crazy, and you're going away from the lefties at a ridiculous rate.
Yep.
So do I think pitchers are pitching good? Yes. But do I think there's other factors into it? Definitely.
Interesting.
I definitely think the ball has something to do with it. I definitely think approaches have something to do with it. As you know, we're all okay with the strikeouts now, right? Well, people in high places are okay
with strikeouts.
At this point rather than ball being put in play.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that obviously has something to do with it too. Sure. Approaches, hit the ball in the air, watch it fly. Only issue is ball's not flying no more. So I think that's part of it.
Interesting.
And I know you get a couple random names, but there's too many random names that are getting these. Spencer Turnbull should not probably be doing this.
Yeah.
Wade Miley should not be doing this again. Guy threw 89. 89 for majority of the game. So that's why I kind of think there's a little bit more into play. But to your Julio thing, .82 whip. 70 Ks in 62 innings. You don't like the ball idea?
I like it. I agree with you. It's not I agree with you, but I'm not sure if I'm going to put it all in the ball. I'm not saying you're putting all of it, but you can see it on my face, huh?
Yeah, you're just like, no.
I get it, but the problem with the ball traveling, especially for no-hitters, I don't think that matters, to be honest, at all. For just no-hitters. This is just no-hitters. I'm not talking about the game of baseball in general. Mm-hmm. I do think you're right. The ball has changed a bit. That's why the pitcher's a little better. Sure, I think in an overall sense, yeah, that could be something to it. But I don't think the ball carrying or traveling or getting hit hard changes the no-hitter fact. No-hitters, a lot of it is luck.
A lot of it's luck. No, definitely a lot of it's luck.
Because if you look at how many times no-hitters are broken up, it's not by a
It's by the dumbest crap.
It's literally by the, Julio's. I'm not saying it was going to be a no-hitter. We don't know. His ball was a ball that he jammed the shit out of Mike Tauchman, went up the middle, and because they were slightly shifted, they're actually not shifted. They're actually playing him
straight up.
They're actually not even straight up. They were even playing him. The middle was open, so they were either playing him to really, like going the other way or pull that ball. Because of that little thing, Gavin had to try to do the whole hand thing, and they're boom, bye bye.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Right, little bloopers you've seen how many times? Little hits right up the middle, right?
Definitely.
That's why, in a sense, maybe for the no-hitter, I'm not going to go too much into the ball. But in a general game sense that we're not seeing, and we're seeing pitchers, the average is awful, I can definitely see that because the ball's not hit often or not as hard and whatever, that goes into it. So 95% agree with you there. The only thing, the no-hitter, I just think it's just been lucky, man.
No, I think it's very lucky. I think a lot of it's approach, to be honest, rather than the ball. I hate to say this, but rather than the ball or the pitcher, I think the pitchers are great at executing because they know these guys are going up. Mm-hmm. You're going to go up, I'll throw it higher. Yeah. You're just going to pop up.
Exactly.
Especially since the ball's not traveling, it's just going to go up.
Yeah, that is true. Exactly. So that's why I think as a general stance, yes, we do agree on that.
I would say a solid 10% on the ball. 80% luck. What's the song? I know.
No, it can't be 80% luck because they do have some skill.
Okay,
pitchers have skill.
50% luck.
Yeah, it has to be 50%.
Well, with something like that, even unless you're like the college pitcher we talked about, 27 Ks.
Yeah.
There's a bit of luck.
Yeah, if you don't put the ball in play, then it's all in your hands. But this is like when as soon as the ball goes in play, you don't know if that hits a little
hits a piece, a
hits
pebble or whatever,
a squirrel or something, and there you go. The game's your no hitter's gone.
Yes,
right, or your perfect game, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
Well, a good thing I think you will. Let's keep that what you guys talked about. Unfortunately, you have to wait on it, but next year if the balls are the same and we keep seeing 8, 9 no hitters every year.
Then
now we got something to say. Yeah, because who knows? Maybe next year none.
There's never been 10 in a single season. We're at 6 in May.
Yeah, we're all talking about 6 in May. Who knows? Maybe we don't go another whole.
I think at some point, again, kind of due to this ball and the way people are pitching now, approaches have to change. You have to say, I got to get on top of it more in order to put more line drives, right? I think Eric Hosmer dropped his launch angle like tremendously. Mike Trout dropped it tremendously. A lot of guys are dropping it because I think they see the results. It may not be a home run, but doubles are almost just as good.
Yep.
If everybody's doubling, that's a lot of runs still.
Of course.
I know it's easier, not easier, but I know the home run sounds better.
It's sexier.
It's sexier. You only need one. You obviously only need one pitch, but it's just one pitch, one mistake rather than, ball outside, I could take this that way.
Yeah.
And it's down the line or something
That's
like that
true.
is what I mean. Kind of back to this Dodger pitching. Somebody's going to throw it. Is it going to be Bauer or Julio?
Oh, man.
I think Bauer.
The way they're going right now, I think Bauer just in general.
Plus, Bauer has a longer leash. He's the only guy I've ever seen Dave Roberts let go 126 pitches.
Exactly. His interview, by the way, was amazing. Did you watch it?
The still undisputed.
Not that one, but there was
undisputed.
Hey, Trev, they're asking about the 126 pitches. He's like, I felt fine. I felt good. He's like, so, we respect you, emptying the tank and going out there. And the first thing he says is like, who said I emptied the tank? Well, I just meant, going 126. And he answered the question. And I was like, your guy, so funny. I love
that guy. He's built for the media.
I love it.
Or he's I don't want to say anti-media, but he's built to go against the cliches.
Yeah.
Definitely built to go against them, but yeah,
not my logo.
Not my logo. Has a Bauer outage on his belt. Why does it matter what's on my belt?
That's
all that stuff.
Okay, but Bauer.
But I think it's Bauer, and I think Julio has been phenomenal. But I know you said he was been clean a lot of innings. He's given up 2 hits, 3 hits, 3 hits. He just seems to have that one inning where they kind of figure out the sequence or whatever it is.
Sure.
They put a couple in play. Here's a run or two because he's gone. He hasn't gone shutout.
No, he has not.
That's why I'm saying that. I know.
And I saw his numbers.
It's 1 run, 2 runs.
Almost it seems like every pitcher in the major leagues, third time around, average goes up. It's just how it is. Julio's a victim of that too, but he's been great. He's been great,
and I think that's part of the Bauer issue too. Yep. Third time is when he gets kind of stuck, and they're like, okay, we know he's trying to work this or that, kind of attack it.
Man, it's gonna be so excited to see him on Wednesday.
Yeah, definitely. This dude is gonna be electric. I was like, why do I have Trevor Story on my thing, but I don't have Trevor Story. It's Trevor Bauer. It's Trevor Bauer instead.
Get the right Trevor.
Last piece of news before we kind of start wrapping up here. Off today, Monday in Houston, Wednesday for a short series, 2017 rematch. However, there will be trash show fans. Takes.
What's going to happen? Or
over under on altercations. On bench clearing.
There's an altercation on the horizon, baby. It's happening. How many?
Over under on 2. Actually, over under 1 because there's only 2 games.
Oh, okay. How about we do over under how many times the benches will clear?
Yes.
What if they play a nice clean game? They're respectful. Nah,
I would be so mad. I'd be so mad at the Dodgers.
I say 1. I just think they come out once for sure.
Game
once.
1.
No.
Oh, you wait till game 2.
It's Trevor Bauer. It's the Trevor Bauer game.
All right, over under on how many times he tells the guys what pitch is coming. Because I know it's going to happen. It has to happen, right?
Wait! Thanks, Trevor, for signing with us. Oh, my God.
That's got to happen. That dude already hated the Astros.
Yeah.
And now he's part of our fan base. You feel like if we lose,
example, let's say... Okay.
You can't lose a series.
Well, we can only split it or win it.
Well, you got to win it.
Okay, we split it.
What game? Are you going to split Kershaw's game?
Doesn't matter. Take whichever one you want. You split it, but Bauer does... He tells them what pitches. You take that, you split it, Bauer does the takes, Joe Kelly might throw another face again.
Oh, I hope he does.
1-1. Or do you take 2-0?
Clean.
Clean as hell. I think, obviously, as a fan, you got to go 2-0 because that's the right thing to say.
Yeah, I want them to win too. However, to build up this quote-unquote rivalry more, Yeah. This is a rivalry because
of course.
they want to play games over there and hit trash cans. I would take the 1-1.
And
but I want to win the Kershaw game. I want him to dominate the Kershaw. Okay, I need him to dominate.
I'll do you one better. I agree with you.
But we lose like 2-1.
Let's do 1-1. But we take 2 here at home. Would you rather?
Yeah, I'd rather split the whole thing and just have an altercation every game.
Would you rather? Yeah, I know. Would you rather take 2-0 here in Houston or
2-0 here in LA?
In LA, you rather lose there than win here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it means more for the fans.
I like your answer.
Definitely means a lot more for the Dodger fans because it's a bigger FU to me.
Yes.
That, and I know for a fact there's going to be trash cans out here. And it's going to be wild as hell. Joe Kelly's going to be leading the parade down the street as everybody comes in with Joe Kelly faces on them, and it's going to be great. I hope Kelly gets in, and I hope Doc sees like Correa on deck, tell him he's coming in next hitter. And he's just like, do what you got to do. Yeah. And they just go at it. I think that would be beautiful. Yeah. And he just strikes him out and hits him with the face again. Because if he gets hit, the face is coming from Correa. And if the face comes from Correa, I think you got to take it. No.
Apparently to Correa, he said if he would have homered off him, he would have just ran the bases. That's what he said. I have it on tape.
Yeah, I know.
We all have it on tape.
That dude's an idiot because he ran to the other dugout and didn't get suspended. But he ran to the dugout for no reason.
Yeah. It's because you don't know the facts, bro.
Yeah, you don't know the facts. If you don't know what's going on, then shut the F up. God, I hate that guy. I hate him. He's going to be out of Houston, though. I don't know who signs this guy. He's going to be a free agent. Bregman is moving over to short. I think it's inevitable.
I feel like that Grinch song. I wouldn't touch him with a 39.5-inch pole.
Farhan controls San Francisco, who needs a shortstop. Mm-hmm. Dodgers, there's no possible way if we lose Corey. They know the fan base won't show any love to that guy.
I would not sign him. No. San Diego's I would renounce my rights.
Arizona with Nick Ahmed.
Man, Carlos.
And it's not that I want him in the West, but I'm trying to think of possible scenarios.
I want him in the West. He get booed every day. He's at Dodger Stadium. Arizona, he played 25 games.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Colorado?
Yeah. If they lose Story, but if you lose Story, they're going to lose Story, but if you're not going to pay Story, why are you going to pay Correa?
But I don't think Correa's going to get as much as Story.
No, I don't think so either, but it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I know.
You're not going to contend.
I get you.
You know, you could look at Central. Maybe you move Hobby if you lose Baez.
Cleveland?
No, they never pay anybody. If you're going to pay somebody.
No, they don't pay anybody. You're right.
Detroit, maybe. But I don't think they're ready to contend.
Minnesota?
You just signed Andrelton.
Well, for a year, right?
Yeah, but I don't know.
The only reason I say him is because... Oh, no.
I don't know if that one makes sense either because I think they're gonna go if they tank this season, they have to go into rebuild.
Yeah, good point.
East, I can see the Yankees. Yankees don't care about what happened. You move Gleyber back over to,
right?
Yeah, if they're trying to compete. However, you got Derek Jeter, who is a baseball, like straight up baseball player, baseball guy. Does he want something like that in his organization? Because the stigma is going to carry, right? Mm-hmm. It has to.
Yeah.
Especially when you're one of the guys that were big on using it. Stigma has to carry. That's why I think Springer leaving the whole country. And as far as I know, I don't think he was a big part of it.
No.
I don't know if the thing came out.
I just don't want to talk about Springer too much. Freaking spent one of my early picks. He hasn't played a damn game for me.
Yeah. Well, that's what you get for picking an Astros.
Hey, man, I gave him a shot.
That's fair.
Never trust the Astros. They only bring you heartbreak.
Exactly. They have all nonsense up their sleeves, buddy. All nonsense. There you go. But obviously, as we go through, we'll have a big free agency palooza here where we could talk about where each shortstop will go.
That'll be fun.
So we'll wait for that. Maddie, I think we're wrapping up here.
Yeah.
I got this going. Maddie, tell people where they can find us.
Spotify. Google Play. I think we're on Pandora.
Yeah, we are.
Are we really? Anywhere where podcasts are played. You guys know you can find us at. Don't forget all about that stuff, okay, guys?
Find us on Twitter. Find us on sportsbum.com. Find us on Instagram. Wherever you want to find us.
Podbean. Shout out to the OG.
Yeah, Podbean. You can literally find us anywhere you guys want. Maddie, as always, much love.